Hey guys, how you going? Hey guys, okay, let's get into some news. Sorry I haven't been around a little bit. That's because the other channel's up and running again. Yeah, strike overturned and all that, Update. RFK Jr. announces he'll be actively campaigning for Trump, teases Trump's upcoming announcements of Democrats joining the MAGA movement. Let's have a look. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. officially suspended his presidential campaign on Friday and endorsed President Trump, marking an unprecedented alliance between a prominent Democrat and the MAGA movement. During an interview with Shannon Bream on Fox News, RFK revealed, "I'm going to be campaigning actively with Trump, emphasizing his commitment to make America healthy again." Kennedy teased significant upcoming announcements, hinting that President Trump will soon reveal other Democrats who are joining his campaign. President Trump is going to make a series of announcements of other Democrats who are joining the campaign. Hopefully Tulsi will be one of them. "I'm going to be campaigning actively. I think President Trump is going to make a series of announcements about other Democrats who are joining the campaign." Okay, we've read that out. He said he wanted to leave as his legacy healthy children, which is great. TGP reported earlier that Robert Kennedy Jr. tweeted that his endorsement is only the beginning, and Kennedy then added, "Wait till you see the next addition to President Trump's unity government." During the interview with Bream, RFK Jr. revealed that President Trump had reached out to him following the recent assassination attempt on his life. Their conversations have focused on critical issues that resonate with many Americans: ending the Ukraine war, combating censorship, and prioritizing children's health through reforming the food supply. "We need in this country to reach a point where we love our children more than we hate each other," he passionately asserted. In addressing potential roles within a future Trump administration, RFK Jr. made it clear that while no formal commitments have been made, his focus would be on reforming corrupt institutions like the FDA and CDC, which he claims have been co-opted by pharmaceutical interests at the expense of public health. Shannon Bream said, "Have you all negotiated over or talked about a cabinet position, another position within a Trump government, in exchange for your endorsement?" RFK Jr. said, "No, there have been no commitments, but I met with President Trump and with his family, with his closest advisors, and we just made a general commitment that we're going to work together." RFK Jr. also addressed his strategy regarding ballot access in swing states. He plans to withdraw from ballots in approximately 10 key states where his candidacy could have inadvertently aided Kamala Harris while remaining on ballots in more solidly partisan states. Shannon Bream said, "What about the states where you were trying to get off a number of swing state ballots? You say I'm going to stay on a number of state ballots, but in these swing states, I'm going to try to withdraw myself and ask my supporters, or at least you're telling them, think about supporting President Trump. Did you negotiate over which states you would withdraw from?" Yeah, we all knew which states they were. They were basically 10 swing states where my presence in the race would have helped Vice President Harris and would have harmed President Trump. So I'm going to get off the ballot in those states, and then we're going to stay on the ballot in 30 states. I'm encouraging people to vote for me in those states. Those are states where the votes, they're either all red or all blue states. States where their votes are not going to change the outcome of the race, but in the states where I could have been a spoiler, I'm going to get out. So it's about 10 states. And there you go. And apparently the Foo Fighters were very upset because Trump used "My Hero" as the introduction for RFK Jr. Okay. Update. Foo Fighters caught in a major lie after threatening Trump with appropriate actions for playing their hit song "My Hero" at Arizona rally with RFK Jr. The Gateway pundit's Kristen Taylor reported Saturday that the rock band Foo Fighters threatened President Trump with appropriate actions after their 1990s hit "My Hero" was played while Robert F. Kennedy Jr. took the stage at a rally in Glendale, Arizona Friday night. Now news has emerged suggesting that they should be the ones facing said appropriate actions. The Foo Fighters posted 2 comments on X Twitter Friday night about My Hero being played at the Trump-Kennedy rally. The first was a simple no when asked if they'd given approval, and later a brief "let us be clear" comment that post quoted the earlier comment. Wu-Tang is for Children said, "Hey Foo Fighters, did you let Trump what? Use My Hero to welcome RFK on stage?" And the Foo Fighters have answered no. Then they've said, "Let us be clear." Okay. The rock band said it would not only take legal action against the Trump campaign, but also donate any royalties from its lawsuit to the socialist Harris Walls ticket. The Trump campaign responded by insisting that they did have a license to play My Hero, however. One news outlet has uncovered the truth, and it turns out the Foo Fighters lied. The Independent reported Saturday that the Trump campaign did have permission to play My Hero at the rally. The paper has seen documents that confirm that Team Trump licensed the song from BMI's Songview service. The Foo Fighters ignored the fact they sold their rights to BMI while threatening to sue the Trump campaign. What dishonest, virtue-signalling leftists. The Gateway Pundit's Taylor previously posted an explanation of the music rights issue via WRC-TV. You do not need to license the master recording of the song for a live performance only. So what would normally happen is when you go to a concert, the venues themselves get what's called a blanket license from the performance rights organisations. But even with that license, an artist or licence holder can still object. So campaign organisers often just press play on a song and hope it doesn't anger one of those holding the rights to it. Artists, however, do not always have control over how and when their music is played. Political campaigns obtain licenses from performing rights organisations like ASCAP that enable them to use a wide variety of songs from the catalogues of recognisable artists at live events. If an artist objects to its use, the song is pulled from the licence. If the artist has already gone to the pro and told them to stop using it, your first step is a cease and desist letter from a lawyer, and sometimes that will work, and it does in many cases, Freundlink said. Now, once it's pulled technically, it's a copyright infringement for the campaign to continue to use it. But not every campaign immediately complies, risking up to $150,000 in statutory damages from the copyright infringement for each work used. The next question is whether the Trump campaign will attempt to sue the Foo Fighters for defamation. While many would say this is a waste of time, some of his 45th president's biggest fans want him to take this step. Yes, maybe he should. And maybe put them back in line. Musicians are not supposed to be like that biased anyway. We know where the Foo Fighters stand. I was disappointed in them many years ago when I found out. I love the Foo Fighters. I love My Hero, the song. I love that song. One of my favourites, but I don't know. President Trump unleashes on Kamala's attempts to tie failures of Biden-Harris administration to him, trying to make it sound like I'm the incumbent president. Not only that, I don't know if you've noticed, but the Democrats are starting to steal all Trump's ideas now. I hear you, I heard you, and then tell your people I hear them. President Trump after private meeting on jabs and medical freedom. Very important, that too. And Telegram founder Pavel Durov faces court appearing following arrest in Paris. I believe that's projection. They're trying to do it again like they did with Elon Musk. They're trying to do what they can. What else have we got here? Just give me a sec while I go through. Okay, it looks like we have another one. Democrat Rep. Dean Phillips suggests he is open to serve in a Republican administration. We failed a lot of people. Rep. Dean Phillips, the sole Democrat who dared to challenge President Biden during the tumultuous 2024 Democratic primary, has expressed a willingness to serve in either a Democrat or Republican administration. Earlier this year, the Gateway Pundit reported that Phillips told the story of how he recently went to his first Trump rally. He was amazed at how friendly and diverse the crowd was. I've got to tell you guys, I went to a Donald Trump rally a couple of nights ago, never been to one. I had an event across the street. I saw the line of people waiting in the cold for hours, and I thought, what the heck? You know, I'm going to be a leader who actually invites people, doesn't condemn them. I met probably 50 Trump people waiting in line, he said. Every single one of them thoughtful, hospitable, friendly, all of them so frustrated that they feel nobody's listening to them but Donald Trump. A diverse crowd. People who had never been to a Trump event before. My party is completely delusional right now, and somebody had to wake us up, and if that's my job, so be it. During an interview with Laura Ingraham last week on the sidelines of the Democratic National Convention in Chicago, he said he should have been a Republican. Speaking to Fox News Digital last week, Phillips also emphasised his desire to help this country in some way, shape or form. He suggested to that he would accept as an invitation to serve in both a Democrat and a Republican administration. I didn't want to run this cycle. I spent 2 years trying to call attention to something I was seeing clearly with my own eyes, he said. I remember my Republican buddies excoriating Donald Trump quietly behind closed doors and then praising him in front of the cameras. I saw my Democratic colleagues doing the same thing about Joe Biden, who we knew was in decline, probably going to lose, he added. This was not about running for president. This was about showing people that it's never too late and you should sit up and stand up and do something when you feel something is wrong. And I did that, he told Fox. If there's a way to serve my country in a Democratic administration, in a Republican administration, my goodness, we should all stand up and accept that invitation whenever it's issued. So you never know. However, Phillips was clear that policy would be the driving factor in his decision-making. Americans remember how they feel. They remember how they feel. They want to feel excited, safe, joyful, optimistic, and a lot of that results from policy, he said. As it relates to policy, yeah, we have a border crisis. I've seen it twice with my own eyes. We also have to be a welcoming country, as Ronald Reagan would say, Phillips said. We have to be a country that has an economy that works for people. 60% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. It doesn't matter what party you are, we failed a lot of people. Our healthcare system is a mess. This is America, he concluded. And from what I'm seeing, America could probably have like a Medicare system like Australia does. And I know a lot of people think that's socialism. But what they're doing is the Democrats want to give the illegal aliens all the free health care. That could go to a lot of Americans. Anyway, Elon Musk reacts to arrest of Telegram CEO in France, slams Zuckerberg for caving to censorship pressure, which he always does. That's why I left Facebook. Rep Byron Donalds on Sunday Morning Futures on Fox News. I believe that Donald Trump is well positioned to win this race. Okay. The regime strikes back. Secret Service rips away RFK Jr.'s protection after endorsing President Trump. Are they even allowed to do that? The Biden regime is striking back against RFK Jr. after he endorsed Trump. The New York Post reported Sunday that RFK Jr. will no longer have Secret Service protection because he had suspended his candidacy, despite the fact he remains on the ballot in 40 out of 50 states. Recall that RFK Jr. on Friday said that he was only withdrawing from the race in 10 swing states, which would decide the election between President Trump and Kamala Harris. He still wants his fans residing in safe red and blue states to continue to vote for him. Moreover, RFK Jr. will soon join Trump on the campaign trail, given that two high-profile individuals will appear together across the country. More, not less, Secret Service security is imperative. This is especially true when one considers the fact Trump came within a centimetre of getting assassinated last month, and another maniac wanted to end the 45th president's life in Arizona this week. The chances of someone wanting to put a bullet in Kennedy just went up because he endorsed the Democrats' most loathed man. Polling also shows that RFK Jr. withdrawing from the swing states significantly boosts Trump's chances of defeating Harris and returning to the White House. Make no mistake, this move was not about the Secret Service wanting to save a few dollars. This is about petty vengeance due. As the Gateway pundit readers previously reported, Kennedy publicly and privately lobbied for Secret Service protection for months due to several security scares. He correctly noted that political motivations were behind the delay in receiving it. Trump stepped forward and demanded the regime correct this injustice. The White House finally acceded to the public outcry and gave him the protection he so richly deserves right after the Trump assassination attempt. While RFK Jr. did not mention this fact as key reason for him endorsing Trump, he has consistently thanked Trump for looking out for him. Now the regime is perfectly content with leaving RFK Jr. out to dry, despite the inevitable dangers he will surely encounter. Well, all this is very interesting, guys, and it's going to be very interesting to watch the more that goes on. Okay, and I think we even have a bit of this happening in Australia here. I'll just find what I can. Okay, we have one of the good ones. Gerard Rennick quits the Labor Party and the Labor National Party and launches People's First Party. I do hope that he ends up joining One Nation. Governments need to get back to service delivery of essential services and standing up for Australians who try to stand up for themselves. As such, I want to draw on my experience to promote a range of policies that will empower Australians and their families to live a prosperous life and provide abundant opportunities for their children. Now, I think the same thing's going to happen here. Maverick Queenslander Senator Gerard Rennick. Okay, I do hope that he ends up joining One Nation. Anyway, guys, with that, I'm going to go. I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay, guys. Bye.